Welcome to 30-Second Chances, where we ask deep, contemplative questions and provide far too little time to formulate thoughtful, reflective answers. My guest today is Tana Douglas, author of Loud. Tana, how you doing?
I'm great. Thank you. Thanks for having me. I've been looking forward to this, hopefully.
Well, that's an optimistic approach. All right, you know the drill. 30 seconds on the clock and on to the next question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Question number 1, describe your job to a 5-year-old.
Wow. Okay. I'm part of an urban tribe that wanders from city to city and sets up all these magical events. We have all these big boxes that open up, and then there's more boxes inside, and then more boxes inside. And then it's like a big Lego kit. So we put it all together, and then we ask people to come along and have a look at it and listen to it and dance and sing. And that's what your mum and dad really likes doing.
That's really scary. Next question. Tell me about an irrational fear or odd belief you had as a small child.
You're going to love this one. Okay, now it's out of the bag. When I was a little kid, I was in one of these beer gardens in Australia, and the things that adults do to small children is really incorrigible. There was one person drinking Guinness, like stout, and everyone else was drinking beer. And I kind of looked at it and I went, "Ooh, what's that?" And he goes to me, he says, "Well, little girl, that is made from ox blood." And I'm like, "What? Ew." Fast forward, 18 years old, standing in a pub in London. Someone goes, "Fancy a Guinness, Tana? Have you ever had a Guinness?" I'm like, "Oh, no, thank you."
Ew. All right, next question. Tell me about your most challenging tour and why.
Oh.
You don't have to mention names if you don't want to.
I won't mention names, but it was a European tour in winter, autumn actually, but really cold, but not really snow yet. And it was a tour of tent sites. So we would drive around going with our best French, "Avez-vous le chapiteau?" Going, meaning, where the fuck is the tent? We're just right, putting our heads out the windows and asking locals if they know where the tent is. So occasionally we'd find it. And then
Next
we'd
question.
arrive. Oh, okay.
What would 15-year-old you be most and least impressed with about present-day you?
Probably most impressed that I'm still alive.
You were a nihilistic 15-year-old.
No, just a hard life. Just ran hard. And least impressed with, I don't know, the fact that I've managed to sort of, settle down.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah. It's all sort of relative, isn't it?
Next question. Tell me about a memorable prank you've pulled or been on the receiving end of.
Oh, okay. So it was Hammersmith Odeon, Carlos Santana, Amigos tour, and Bill Graham decides that what we're going to do is we're going to drop a big cargo net out of the roof, out of the ceiling of the venue. We're all going to dress up in animal costumes, jungle thing, and we're going to throw Carlos into the cargo net and fly him up into the roof during the show. That was like because it was the end of tour. So we're all practicing this, and someone pisses Bill Graham off. So he's dressed as a gorilla, and he pulls his gorilla head off, puts it under his arm, and he's yelling at this person. We all disappear. Carlos walks in, sees Bill in a gorilla costume. He goes, "What the fuck is going on here?" And Bill has to pretend it's perfectly normal and just walk away.
Oh, my. All right, next question. They're making a board game of your life. What's the object of the game?
To get to the end and actually still be in one piece and happy.
But what does the end look like?
I don't know. I haven't got there yet.
I see. So you're just making this up as you go along, is what you're telling us.
In 30 seconds or less.
Love it. All right, next question. Ben and Jerry are making a flavor based on you. What's it called and what's in it?
Oh, gosh. Oh, well, let's start with what's it. It's got nougat in it. It's got nuts in it. It's got white chocolate and it's got raspberry. And what would that be called? I don't know. Heaven in a tub? I don't know.
Wow. Well, okay. Whatever it is, I'm buying. All right, next question. As a production professional, we have different perspective than most of the mainstream audience. Without naming any names, and it doesn't have to be something you've worked on, tell me the most embarrassing concert or show you've ever witnessed.
You know, it was back in the days where everyone thought it was cool to have a kabuki or more than one. And this particular tour was a glutton for punishment. They had 3 different kabuki setups. After the first opening kabuki drop failed, they then went on undeterred and managed to blow both the second and the third kabuki fails, which not only blew the kabuki drops, but took out half the lighting as well. So, I mean, that was a bit of a concern, yes, with musicians tripping over cables and the like.
Oh, that's really scary. Yeah. Okay, that concludes our regularly scheduled questions. I'm now going to put 30 seconds more on the clock and allow you to either answer for me a question you wish I had asked you, shamelessly plug something, pontificate on life in general, ask me a question, whatever you like. 30 seconds, it's all yours. Go.
Okay, we're coming up to Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I think it's a great time for us to be aware that not all of our brothers and sisters are doing so well. So, you know, there's different organizations out there worldwide that can help. And, you know, pick one. You know, I'm not going to say any in particular because I don't want to do that, but there's a lot of them. Look for them. Go out and, you know, maybe give a brother or sister a nice little surprise for Thanksgiving or Christmas. And then if you got any money left over, you can run out and buy my book loud.
Ooh, look at that. She pontificated and plugged in the same breath.
But in the right order. In the right order. It was prioritized.
Tana Douglas, thank you for being my guest.
My pleasure. Have a good one.